So if you look at how you acknowledge the small wins and we talk about gratitude, how important was you celebrating small wins and having gratitude for those small wins back then compared to today?
The thing with small wins that people miss out celebrating small wins and they easily give up because they're looking at the big picture.
And we're rolling. Welcome to another episode of the Hustlers Blueprint podcast. The theme we're running with is from struggles to success. Last time we were here with my homeboy, Godwin Bar. Godwin, what's going on?
It's all good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. It's good to see you again. I think at the last edition you spoke really, you dropped so many nuggets there, man. I thought like that was just a good intro. So I think everybody should know a little bit more about you. We've come back today. How are you doing, first of all?
I'm doing great. I'm doing good. How are you?
Listen, it's another day in London. It's obviously not as bright and as sunny as other places, but we make it happen. Come on. So the last time we spoke, we was talking about your journey from Cameroon, your hometown in Central Africa, to Dubai.
Yeah.
And then we looked at how you managed to remain, if you like, focused on your ambition and dream to be successful, but you specifically started hitting in on the fact that you wanted to transition away from your petroleum master's background in Cameroon into a more tech-driven field. Just tell us a little bit more now about how you actually started when you entered the space in Dubai.
When I started in Dubai, I think I mentioned this a lot in the previous episodes when I spoke about like came in, I was working 14-hour shifts, no days off. And sometimes I had to sleep in the office just because I had to study, because there was no time to study. So I had to get to another level and I needed to study to get to another level. I was not just praying for God to bless me or help me. I had to do something, right? So whenever I came back from work, when people were speaking to girls and all of that, I was studying.
When that's discipline right there, nothing else can be said to it. So how did you maintain that level of discipline, especially when no one else is watching you, or to say, you need to be studying or doing this? How did you maintain that level of discipline?
So because I was unhappy about my current circumstances, I did not allow anything to relent my efforts. So even any day that I was feeling very tired, I knew that the more I did not do something, the more time I'm going to spend in that current situation. So whenever you have people in their jobs and all of this, and they're angry and they're frustrated, they want to change, this should be the fuel to your discipline. Because you know that the more you don't do anything, the more you stay there. And the more hungry you are to live, that's the drive that you can continuously putting in the effort to take you out of that place. So that mindset was what kept me going. That even the days I felt so tired, even the days that I was a little bit demoralized, I was still putting the energy because I know every little thing I did contributed to me getting out.
And if we start to look at that, so there's probably, I guess, a lot of gratitude that comes into play as well. So if you look at how you acknowledge the small wins and we talk about gratitude, how important was you celebrating small wins and having gratitude for those small wins back then compared to today?
The thing with small wins that people miss out celebrating small wins and they easily give up because they're looking at the big picture. When you start celebrating small wins, you see that you're getting closer to the big picture. You might want to get into tech, for example, and you're looking at getting a certification, or maybe you're looking to get the job finally. But you are learning and you're building, let's say, applications. You're building automations. You're doing things that actually, when you compare how you were before, you've done something really good. But when you don't even look at this small progress you've made and you're looking at just the big picture, you're going to say like, oh my God, it's going to take me forever. Oh my God, I'm not even close. And this is how it's going to slow you down. So with myself, there was a lot of gratitude in the fact that I'll always look at how far I've come, what I've been able to achieve so far, I will not base my success, base my happiness on the final goal, but the progress that I was making to get me to the final goal. You get me? With this, it kept me happy and thankful to God for conditioning me in that mindset that the little things I've done are fuel to get me to the big thing I want to get. So I was always praying to God and always happy that every day I was making some progress. And with this, it was able to take me along the journey.
Interesting. So so you're saying it's important to also have a long vision or a long-term vision, but on that journey, celebrate small successes, celebrate small wins.
There's a word in Spanish, it's a Spanish phrase that says, paso corto, vita larga.
Small steps, long vision.
So the small steps you make contribute to the long vision. If you don't see the small steps, you don't see the long, and you see only the long vision, you never get to the long vision.
So you're now into the tech space, you're now hustling and studying and making that transition.
What happens next is to bring as many people as possible into the tech space. Why? Because this is a gold mine. Someone like myself, I get a lot of jobs that come into my LinkedIn. Too many jobs. I remember when I was getting into tech and I was talking about money and all of this, my mentor told me that you don't need to worry about money. You need to worry about the skill. Put in the energy, the time to master the skill. Money is not a problem, because when you are skilled, you're going to realize that there are lots of opportunities, but do you have the energy or capacity to do them? And that's what's happening today. There's lots of jobs that come on my LinkedIn, 100K jobs, 80K jobs that come on my LinkedIn, but I don't have the capacity to take extra jobs because I'm already full up. That's why when you say what happened next is that's why I built Pathway to Salesforce to help educate people that want to take their hustle to the next level, that want to level up, to be able to learn this skill because it's highly in demand, such that they can get good jobs. Someone can upgrade from a job of 30,000 to 60,000 in a matter of just 3 months that the person studies, and the person is really, really keen on getting the skill. I have students that have that finished the training and they're out in the market, right? And what I keep telling them is that as you're in the market, continue to study, because the more you learn, the more you get paid. The more skills you have, the more you get paid. So I tell them to continuously do this, and anyone that is looking forward to get into this, my hands are always open, because I have a story. I came from nowhere, and now I'm here today, and I'll be somewhere tomorrow, and I'd like to take part.
The journey,
yeah,
100%. Okay, and let's. I want to tap a little bit more into your actual business and your company, and just see how the image we're seeing is somebody who's young, who's leaving their loved ones in Cameroon. Oh, on a laissé le Afrique. Afrique. You leave Cameroon, all the sunshine, to go to more sunshine, I guess, in Dubai, to then coming into London, where it's probably the coldest out of the two. And then you now have this company that you set up. What's the passion behind it? I want to see if I can capture the passion behind.
The passion behind it is just like I said, just to help as many people as possible, because I am having a passion of learning, and I know that this has taken me so far. There's many people out there that are living in a situation whereby they have accepted to live a mediocre life unconsciously.
Oh.
So they accept to live a mediocre life unconsciously. Why? Because they let themselves to be soaked in by the environment that they found themselves. So I'm coming in as an advocate to preach this information to them, that this was a boy that was in a security guard in the same environment that you were, and you have no excuse, because he was working 14-hour shifts, no days off. He slept in the office on the ground on the mat for days just to study. If he can do it, you can do it. You get me?
So why don't you write a book? Why did you feel you had to turn it into a company? Why is it a company as it is today then?
So if you write a book, what I do to become a Salesforce professional, you don't study in a book like a novel.
You don't? No, of course not.
You have to do, so the training is practical based, project based. So you're teaching people how to do things. You are teaching them how to do what I do on a daily basis.
And how's that done? Do they call you on the phone? And you
No, on the platform, there are recorded trainings from which I've recorded. They have projects that they have to do on a demo environment, which is the same thing they will see. The same thing they will see when they start working demo environment like this to practice. So everything that I teach them, they practice, so that once they finish and they get into the company,
sure,
they already have that skill They'll see the same thing that they were learning, and they'll see the same thing in the company. When they go for interviews, they'll see the same thing. They'll ask them the same questions I'm teaching them every day.
So your students, those who enroll into your program, if you can just break down that journey. So they need a laptop, I assume. They need to have connection. So what happens? So they register at your company. What's that journey like? What did they go through?
So first initial steps is once you sign up on the platform, that's online, you have access to self-paced training. On the self-paced training, that's on the platform, you have quizzes, you have assignments. It's really, really curated in the form of gamification, such that you have, whenever you learn, whenever you pass any quiz, you have points and all of this adds up, right? And also you have live training where I come on Zoom calls, team calls, and I'm training them live in person. They can ask their questions to me in person. And now I will also give them interview tips, guide them to help to pass the certifications, and just the whole journey until the pass, until even after the pass. I also help them in getting them opportunities, helping them, giving them interview tactics, just getting them all through the entire journey. But it's left for them to go back and practice whatever I teach them in class, to practice this and master the skill. And when I come and give you an interview, and you can pass the interview, then you can pass an interview out there.
Wow. And Godwin, this whole journey is mad, just to think that somebody was able to make that shift. Can you sort of remember what it was like when you first started to experience this? And can you share a moment where people actually were paying attention and being like, this is actually something that's going to blow, and it's blowing?
Cool. So when I started my journey, it was a little bit tough in the beginning, right? People did not actually believe me, especially from my own family. When I wanted to take a harsh decision to get into, to write the occupational health and safety exam, because I was studying this, I had to use all the money I had saved up to be able to write this exam. And I was being told, don't waste your money. This is a waste of time. There's people that have done this, have failed, people that have done this and they have not had any jobs, none of that. But because I knew where I was going to, right? This was a vision that God has put into my head. I know that these people are talking because God didn't put the vision in their head, right? So I did not listen to them. There's one thing that you do not want to listen to people that are giving you negative advice. When you have a vision and you believe that you can do whatever it takes to make that vision, you don't want to let peer pressure to weigh you down or make you, or they call it, what's the word that they call it? But let me just use detractors to deviate you away from that vision. So I did not let this weigh me down. But now those same people, which most of my family, these same people are benefiting from me today because I have more resources than I would have ever had, almost 20 times resources that I've ever had with security. And now they are enjoying the benefits, and they are even now recommending other people to take in my same journey because I had resilience to all the negative comments, to all the distractions that were being said to me not to pursue this journey. But today they're all enjoying. And also I'm extending this to people I don't even know by trying to pass on this knowledge to other people, right?
Excellent. No, that's really deep, man. I'm looking at it and just thinking, how many people can easily make that transition? That's 3 different countries, and in each country, different challenge, but somehow still being able to have that resilience. What's your motivation? What keeps you sort of striving forward and, I guess, having that resilience?
When you have a big why into where you're doing anything, that's what's going to keep you going. My why is my family. So I have a family, I have a mom, I have my sister, I have my brother. My dad, unfortunately, is no more. But these are people that look up to me. So I know if I fail myself, I did not fail just myself, but I failed my family. That's my mom, my sister, my brother, and everybody that looks up to me.
Exactly, yeah.
Not just my mom, my sister, my brother, but everyone that looks up to me. So this is what keeps me going. So no matter the challenges, no matter how hard it might look like, I know if I stop, I'm not going to fail myself. If I want to be selfish to stop, I will not just affect myself, but I'm thinking about these other people. And because my why is very big, it's not for one person, it's for people. It keeps me going no matter what.
I know, that makes a lot of sense. I guess finally, just before we wrap up, I guess in that whole journey, there's got to be a lot of patience that comes into play. How do you keep your family patient? Because they're obviously looking at you and saying, no pressure, but You gotta make this happen, my bro. Si tu le fais pas, qui va le faire?
So,
Dis-moi.
so patience is something that I struggle with because I had a lot of pressure, like you said. So there was a lot of negative comments. Like there was a time before I got into Salesforce, I had another tech job, which was a web developer, and I did quit this job.
Oh, you quit? You
Web
ran away.
developer, yeah.
Why? What happened?
Quit this job because there was more opportunities in Salesforce. And
What happened?
now listen, there was more opportunities in Salesforce.
They weren't giving you the kwanga.
I'm still getting there.
The kwanga. That's what you want to hear. They weren't paying the kwanga. That's
Yeah.
what it is, isn't it?
So there was more opportunities in Salesforce.
Or the boss was an absolute loser.
You're working in the company. The boss was also mental.
Oh, he was a mentor of yours.
Mental.
Oh, the boss was mental, my lad.
No, pas comme ça, man. He was not treating people right.
Forget those.
So
Why is there so many of those kind of bosses, man?
So he was not treating people right, and also I did not find any joy doing what I was doing.
So it wasn't close to your passion.
So I did not find joy doing what I was doing because the environment was kind of toxic. So this was also, that's why I say to people that every challenge you face, you want to look at the glory behind the challenge. Don't dwell on the challenge. Why? Because if you dwell on the challenge, you'll be static. But because I was in that environment, it was toxic. I was into tech, but I realized that I'm not supposed to be here. And then when I heard about Salesforce and I did a lot of research to see the opportunities that were there, was like 10x. And I quit this job, and my family, my sister was asking me, God, are you crazy?
Tu es malade.
Est-ce que tu es malade? Tu laisses le travail comme ça?
You leaving this job like this?
And he said people in Dubai are looking, that was about 6,000, the salary there was about 6,000 dirhams.
Is that money? Is that good money?
6,000 dirhams maybe could be 2,000, maybe, I don't know, 2,000 pounds, I don't know.
Is that enough to live on?
I'm not too sure if the conversion rate, but about that kind of 2,000 pounds, 2,500.
With that, can you?
Yeah, you can ball it out.
You can ball.
You can.
Go out and splash.
You can.
So,
But it depends the level though.
oh, of course, there's levels,
So
bro.
it depends the level, yeah. So
But you can at least go there and
you can chill.
and stunt and
Well,
do a
with
little
the
thing.
black, with the black community, you're like you're baba.
You are Baba.
In
Oh
the
God.
black level, yeah, in the black community. So I was like, no, I'm not this baba. This is not the kind of baba I want to be. I want to be baba of the babas.
You want to be Baba of the Baba.
That's why.
Hey.
So
Baba of the Baba. That's chairman talk. Huh?
chairman things, isn't it?
You want to be a chairman.
Chairman things. So that's why I left the job,
Fine.
and I had some money to live on, and I concentrated on Salesforce. My mom came to visit us in Dubai, and my mom believed in me. And my mom told my sister, don't mind. If God is doing this, God know what he's doing.
Did she say it in French or English?
I always speak mostly English. But today, they're
man.
all benefiting because
100%.
it was a journey.
Yeah, man.
People did not believe. And also, I inspired her as well because she also got on a very good journey, which has also materialized something very good today. So it's just a whole journey of challenges, overcoming these challenges, and then reaping the fruits of your labor, and then try to pass it on to other people.
Excellent. Well, that, Godwin, wraps up another series today. Again, thank you so much just for coming on. Every time you come on, you always seem to drop one or two really big nuggets there that people can run with. Do you have any any final comments or any final suggestions or anything for you in a minute or two to say?
So I want to say that anyone that is stuck anywhere currently, maybe you're security like myself. One time you're in care, you're a warehouse job, or any job that maybe you feel uncomfortable, or maybe the manager is making you feel uncomfortable, or maybe you feel you deserve more, which I think you do. I want to tell you that you just need to pray to God to give you the motivation, and you try to look at the people you care about and ask yourself that if you don't do something to change your circumstances, you'll be betraying these people that you care about. So if you put this as a factor to keep you going, you're going to realize that even the days that you don't have the motivation to work or to do the extra thing to take you away from where you want to go, when you think about these people, you might have a very lovely wife, you might have very cute kids and all of that, your mom, your dad. When you think about these people that they're looking up to you, it will be a motivation for you to wake up, go in there and hustle and do what you have to do, and also connect with people that you aspire to be like them. Now we have social media. You can easily reach out to people and people can help you. People can easily help you with information and give you money.
Yeah.
And also when they give you money, it's just killing you because it's better to teach a child how to catch a fish than to give the child a fish to eat all the time, right?
eat all the time,
Because when you're hungry, you can easily go and catch a fish.
Your own fish,
So
man.
I think people will easily give you information. So if you think that where you are, I've had people reach out to me on TikTok telling me that, oh, this is my situation, I just need advice. This is what I encourage people to do, because you can get advice that can literally change your whole life.
Cool.
Just advice, and you take the advice. You don't want to listen to the advice and then go and start sleeping or go and start chasing girls again. Take the advice, try to pray about it, go for it, all in.
100%. With that wraps up another session. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune in for another one. And where can they find you? Can you give the platform address so that people can at least see where it is?
On TikTok, Godwin_PTS.
TikTok, got it. And the platform, pathway to salesforce.com. The link will be in the description. Follow him on all his socials. Ask questions, because that's how you move forward. See you at the next episode.